So yeah, I'm a little nervous for ENCE. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I think the desk have painted this one in a pretty dim light. But then, you know, that's where legends are made, right? That's where these incredible stories come alive, is up against overwhelming odds. A team's able to rise up and, you know, smite down their kind of oppressor in this situation, which would be NaVi. We're going to be getting into Mirage, the map pick of ENCE, and it's a CT side start for NaVi.
Yeah, if there's any benefit, there's just no expectation, limited pressure on a team like ENCE in this matchup. So we'll see if that helps them do anything here in this game. It's going to be the first map of Mirage. Their pick, T-side start, and decisively out middle to begin. They're going to split Con into the A site. It's a classic bit. Spamming back from short. They're going to peek him close though. Hades with a Glock dead with shots. Electronic with a double kill as well. And Boomich back in CT trying to live as Electronic gets hounded down. Now the jungle wrap is covered by that B rotate. And even Boomich gives up the bomb site as NaVi look to play retake.
Yeah, 4-on-2, right? They know it's ENCE feeling the pressure right about now, so they're going to slow it right down. And that's a dig from Simple all the way over on the catwalk. Spinx is a dead man, and it's Bit to close it. Whoo, 3 kills for him to open up the pistol. And yeah, that's something else that's cool. Bit's already showing he can step up in, you know, a LAN environment, but I can imagine, you know, going from something like the Major into a Katowice, gonna be feeling pretty fresh if you're him, right?
Yeah.
You kind of want to show that, yeah, I'm still someone that we should very much have in our discussion.
No, it's awesome, right? Especially when you talk rookie players. Like obviously, Zai was one of the guys that took the mantle there for a while, but Bit, no doubt the best rookie year at the top level. Winning his first out of Cologne, winning the Major back-to-back. And why not add a Katowice trophy to that cabinet? Little D ground, though, for ENCE. And they've already found a pick. Electronic keen to get involved off the cat jump or die. And Snappy coming out from under has been seen by Simple. Bit's helping him out. Trying to get that upgrade. The E key always finicky. And ENCE are going to have to reroute to the B bomb site where only Perfecto sits right now, but Bit can double back as Simple also leans out of middle. It's a perfect timing on this rotate for NaVi, as now Bit has his eyes on the apartments. Perfecto in a nice safe position waiting for a commitment, can drop off the bench. Bit's going to spot it, bomb dropped, all the info in the world, and they're going to have to throw themselves into this B site. Not going to be easy. Does land a dig. Spinx finding that bench play, but by this point NaVi already jumping out of market trying to stop this bomb retrieval.
Yeah, Bit's A1S has a big old danger printed along the side of it. And he certainly is over on the short side, right? That's not a warning for him, it's a warning for ENCE as he shuts down that B play, puts a stop to it. It's another multi-kill round to open this one up for Bit. And, you know, now it just has to be one of these kind of very reserved pistol rounds out of ENCE, right? Yeah. They're looking to get guns out in the next. This means NaVi, they should be good to go 3-0 up. I never really put NaVi as a team that I get too worried about up against rounds like this.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, so many stable rocks, so many stable players on this team that even if there are little opening kills like that round where Electronic gets picked on short, there's still, you know, so many players who can multi-kill and keep it under control. One of which is the best player in the world, Simple doubling up towards the A site. And Electronic has taken all that space as well. So this is nice and easy right now for NaVi. The Glock is dead. And ENCE not far from the same situation. Doubt they'll be ready for this.
Yeah, they're not considering it at all. And so Electronic hears the footsteps, swings out and closes it with a double. It's nice, it's clean, it's 5 alive. You know, something I've kind of liked about Simple recently is, you know, I've been watching a few of his streams whenever he boots them up. It feels like we've kind of got like a bit more cockiness surging through his blood again, right? We all loved humble Simple. We all loved the kind of tale of this guy who was always known to be the kind of toxic early on in his career, right? Yeah. And then having now like a very, and then we had like a very humble Simple. But upon getting number 1 in the world again, he's back to being full cocky. Diha gonna open up this round though. Electronic is the guy trying to get aggressive and he will get shut out to find an opener there for ENCE. Simple playing around this smoke. He's gone through, but with 2 waiting on the other side, it's Snappy to best him. Oh, All right, ENCE. This is a nice way for them to beat the bonus, and Boomic dies in the same place. This skirmish for mid has gone fully in favor of ENCE. Every gunfight being won, and Dia with the turnaround.
That's it, baby. Harry,
all right.
He's got the nice blonde top like you right now. Dia's
Hell yeah,
good.
man. Dia gets it.
Yeah.
We got our head down at the same place.
Funnily enough, that would look like a bit of a miscom for NaVi, because Simple, he wanted to go through con smoke, and as soon as they mollied under, he realized, like, yo, they were only coming from top mid, they're not under, I can take that space. He does, he dies, but then Boomic comes in for the same play, which is fine, but he's holding under the entire round. And obviously, you know, it could have been communicated, but, you know, off of the molly, it seemed pretty clear that ENCE were heavy at the top of middle, and so Boomic is holding under after the Molotov and just dies to the same players as Simple. So, you know, stuff like that is where you get worried about having a player in a hotel and having the rest all together. And while, yeah, okay, at least it's not one of the fraggers, it is your in-game leader. It is the guy you want, who might at times be looking at other monitors on your team, be trying to synergize things. It might cause problems for synergy. I think CT side, it should be a lot more free-flowing for NaVi anyway, but, you know, already signs of the times for NaVi.
I'm going to throw this little thought process out there, though, right? So during, obviously, the online era, a lot of teams played at boot camp, and one of the teams that was doing that early on was NaVi. Then they moved away from it, right, with Electronic sometimes being home, sometimes being at the boot camp. Simple was very rarely there, if ever. So, you know, they're kind of used to being split up when maybe they should be together. That's something that a lot of other teams just haven't really had, like, haven't really gone for this hybrid boot camp and at home situation like NaVi did. So in terms of being ready for the worst case, right, they already know what that feels like.
Yeah, I like that point.
Out into mid for ENCE. They were able to just dominate the mid battle last time, but this time around, Simple's brought the Doom Hammer into play. His AWP's out. And he's floating around with it over here towards Connector, now rerouting. Just ducking out and looking to rotate over towards B is Simple with that orb. So right now, bit of a gap to exploit maybe in middle. Bit's gonna try and plug this hole. He's missed that timing in ladder room. And now Diha's the man on the angle. Molotov, Bit's peeking ahead of it. And Diha heard the molly connect. That's an early pickup, and once again, Diha seizing this man advantage in middle. There is a response this time, though. This was missing the last time for NaVi. It's still traded. It's kept in the 3-on-3, and a flash to try get them past this CT player. Coupled with the molly, it means Boomic is burnt out. And ENCE now have themselves a chance in the 3-on-2 post plant.
Yeah, it's not an ideal plant, right? They had to stick at default. NaVi are already closing the gap, but they don't have a kit anyway, or util. Or rather, me, Perfecto's just found one, so there's still hope here for NaVi, but if they want to go, they've got to go now. That bomb's already getting half ticked, and they don't like their odds. Out they go. ENCE with a second round, looking good on this A site right now. And yeah, Electronic holding that jungle smoke. It's so, you know, while it at times can be so necessary, it's also so difficult to hold fading smokes as you know, players just know nowadays. Sit inside it, wait. You're gonna be, you know, more often than not favored in that gunfight. You may as well take the chance. We even see players having, you know, keybinds to zoom in their radars so they can see on the map. Players popping up earlier. Little tricks like this are what separate the best from the rest. And so ENCE just sit up in that con smoke, wait for it to fade, and overwhelm the A site. It's fine though, it's early days, it's ENCE's map pick. You can expect a good level of preparation. Already setting their sights on A in many of these rounds. NaVi are broke. Gonna have to eke around these safe guns, but nothing wrong with that. It's certainly winnable on a map like Mirage. Perfecto's smoked under, and if anyone's in B, they're gonna see that. They're gonna know he's here. Diha can call that over. So Perfecto getting mollied. Yeah, he's kind of set himself up to die here. His escape route is through Diha, but we'll see if that works. Simple is at least supporting from short. Oh, the collat! Of course it comes through. The only way to win a round like this is to have a pop-off moment with that AWP. Perfecto does fall out under, but Simple has started to rotate.
As if that's how the round starts for Simple, man. As you say, like, you need this orb to find something here. If you want to win this round, Down towards Palace,
boy.
that's the bomb. Snappy couldn't see Electronic up close. And now things are getting out of hand. It's a USP kill for Bit, and it's all left on to Diha. They've seen him so many times in middle. This shouldn't come as a surprise to NaVi. And Simple is scoped up, looking over down the connector. Fired 1 bullet in the round so far and has 2 kills to his name. And I mean, even if you get past him, look at this horrible, like, layered defense inside of A. Diha, this should be undoable. With the swing, he's dead to that AWP, and Simple. 3 kills from 2 bullets connecting. He's stolen that round right out from under ENCE.
Beautiful round for Simple, and I love what Boomich is doing as well in this full, USP eco. He's just jumping around, man. He was just baiting Ticket. He's been there every round, and ENCE are just trying to chase him. He won't give them the kill. They're so preoccupied with Boomich, they don't check Bit out under Palace. And even in that 4-on-1, just to avoid it getting out of control, Boomich just runs to default, jumps with his knife out, and gets that info that, yep, D has jungle, Simple, you can come join me, you can come kill him. And so he shall. Fighting connector, Electronic was full blind, but Madden didn't make a play off the back of it. Simple still had an angle above the smoke, so if anything, he's saved his life for now. Snappy getting popped out into A. But the rest of his team are taking that B side slow and steady. Snappy trying to fake right now. Only flashes left up, may as well make use of them, as NaVi will be keeping 3 here to kill him. If he gets out, that would be huge, but he might have to try and sell this fake. Meanwhile, they're already in B. Snappy's not even been seen yet, and Bit's dropped the first. Snappy dies on the A side. Perfecto again going above the smoke, keeping it fresh. 5-on-2, blink and you miss it. This round is screwed.
Yeah, Madden's in with 1, but they still can't find Perfecto. This smoke is buying a lot of time, and as it fades, they will now get the spot. But when they try to deal with him, there's so many protocols in place for NaVi to bail Perfecto out.
How does he live?
I mean, dude, that's the beauty of that smoke. Perfecto drops it a lot in these B holds, man. It just cuts the push in 2. He uses it as like a little one-way as well up on top of the bench. And then, like once they've taken that significant early advantage, he just goes, well, it's not about me killing anymore. It's about me not getting killed. And so he waits for Boomich to get set up here. They double swing, those players attempting to get what they think is a freebie onto Perfecto. And now the money runs dry for ENCE. Boomich even playing over in sandwich, mate. This could actually work out for him. This could be a nice little position. There are mollies that could burn him out, but instead they just run out of Palace and into the meat grinder. It's only Madden, and talk about a trial by fire. 1v4 versus NaVi.
Hey, you say Boomich isn't here to be the fragger right now. He's having a really good game. Double there and more damage.
Turns out having him away from the rest of the team, great for him.
Yeah, focused in. Doesn't have to worry, especially on the CT side. I think it's more those T-halves that we have questions for him. But yeah, doubled up on the retake last round as well, keeping Perfecto alive. Madden sneaking out into A, spotted by Simple, and now double-faced. It's Simple to get the kill as he uncrouches behind Ticket. 6-2 for Natus Vincia, and all things are flowing as they should. ENCE's map pick here in the series, and already off to a struggling start. But did we expect anything less from the best?
Yeah, one of the things that the desk spoke about was Hades, obviously, and how they were worried that he might just get hard countered, hard cancelled in this game. And it is looking like that early on. He's only had the AWP a handful of times thus far, but currently sat 0-6 on the board. You need to get him switched on for ENCE. He really caught our attention, The debut games out of him look so impressive. All right, this little short creep is nice. Madden getting all the way into ladder room, and they don't know about it. That's a freebie onto Electronic. Wasn't commed across, maybe, that there was a little timing that could have been hit there. And it's a tag for Simple, but not the killing blow. That will fall to Bit. Now set up for a 3-man push in through the apartments. That's a cracking dig to open up from Spinx. They move in, they get the plant. That's really what you were hoping for in this round. And now they have a chance to take it a little further than that in the post plant. The Eagle on Spinx is removed, and it's only Hades left. It's a tag, but not the kill. Needs to finish it off the second time around, and he can't.
Just no cover, man. The molly on default gets him after all. If he plays left side of the site, the market player can take him down as well. So it's kind of lose-lose there in the clutch. And nice decisive plant, right? ENCE came into that round with Deagles. They wanted the money anyway. And they realized with not only Bit killing that window player right here, but also the Deagle to Simple, well, site's clear. We can get a quick plant. It's always hard to know when the safest time is on the B site, as players can sneak out markets so easily, but ENCE find that gap, they get the money, and now Hades has the AWP. First time out for ENCE. Nice early in the game. It's a good call. But what will the solution be from Saw? And will it matter when we have pieces popping for NaVi already? Blade's already got things to say. Just trying to minimize mistakes here on the CT side. NaVi know that they are often off to slow starts in tournaments. Katowice does not look to be one of them, though. And well, I was going to say they have a favorable veto. I feel like every NaVi veto is a favorable veto, right? Instant ban of Vertigo always coming in. And they ban Ancient, even though ENCE have had trouble with that map anyway. They've had a lot of close games on it, though. Fast mid smokes, window and top mid coming in, trying to cut off as many angles as they can. We've already seen NaVi's tendency to lean out connector and take early kills. Simple's back to it, up to no good. Bomb regrouping back at A, and ENCE trying to meet them there through con. Under player once more. Electronic with a big flank. And at this point he won't even commit with it. He's convinced the B is clear and he can go and backstab this A split.
Yeah, there are two up short. He's going to spot the first man dropping into middle, and Madden not in a position to respond to this. Will at least manage a frag to Simple, but he's quickly eliminated, quickly removed. Diha, even though he's opened up onto A and he does have this bomb in tow, getting it planted is going to be a whole different ask, a whole different question. Taps it, tries to bait peaks, but NaVi aren't giving him a damn thing. This time it's the recommit, the spam, even whittling him down. Pressure's on for Diha. Gonna tuck himself in over towards Firebox. Spam still raining through, but nothing found yet. Molly gonna force him out of position. Now they know where he is. Now they know what's up. Diha, it's a cracking double. Perfecto and Electronic still to beat though, and they collapse upon him. 8 on the board. NaVi, they're able to make that retake happen after all. It's a good try from Diha, right? Makes the best out of a pretty woeful situation there. Everyone else dead on the mid split. He's able to get out into the A site, get the bomb down at least, do a little more damage and make that an expensive round for NaVi. But at this point, you know, at a scoreline that's so one-sided, 8-2 down, you need more than damage, you need rounds.
Yeah.
You're just not able to find them.
You need Hades, man. He's 0-8 right now. He dropped off middle with the AWP that round and got killed by Electronic, who they never knew was under anyway. And so this AWP has barely even come through on the T side so far. Might be one of these only ways to get opening kills, while Diha's 2-0 on those exact early fights. It's not really saved ENCE's bacon too much, has it? NaVi skyrocketing right now, 8-2. Simple with an A-side spawn, nothing crazy. Can cross to connector here. I mean, Simple's confident enough to do whatever the hell he wants on this CT side. Could even go into a Palace peak if he's feeling a bit audacious, but it will just be that same contrast that he's been consistently leaning into. Electronic gets mollied instead of just smoking it, or he looked like he wanted to go top mid, and he still may, but nades put him down low. It's a good realization from ENCE of what NaVi are up to here in middle in the early round. They would have loved one more nade just to finish off Electronic, but at least it sent him packing out of the area. ENCE will take that space instead. They've got a lot of room within 20 seconds. This is a really nice start to the round for ENCE. They can slow it here, wait for NaVi to maybe get a bit anxious, get a bit aggressive. They don't cap making noise through the smoke. Boomage, great flick back to take that kill, but he won't be able to escape to CT spawn. Spinx gets that trade. Orp is already rotating. Electronic, Perfecta rather, pushing up a short dead, and he heard the second player. Madden knows that Con is corrupted, but Bit won't be able to stop the run. He sees the legs right after the fact and gets that frag, but with Hades in jungle, he might be ready to get on the board. No!
It's simple, quick flick to find him. 2v2, an electronic low from earlier. That's not going to stop him. That's not going to slow him down. It's all left onto Madden. They know where he is. That's only a tag, but finished the second time around from Simple. It's another round for NaVi. That counter just continuing to tick on up.
Yeah, that was not even a short plant as well. Like, it seemed like the play was to go double catwalk to have that post plant set up for ENCE, but it's so difficult when they're having this much trouble even getting into bomb sites in the first place. The only time they get plants are when NaVi concede plants, you know, by design. And so that was a very wide triple plant. Even if Simple doesn't get that kill, it's unlikely ENCE is going to be able to stop the defuse. I like the pace. So missed flash as he hits his head, but a quick mid take did look good. They're going to go back for it. Simple is just not perturbed by this utility. Barrel might have stuck out there. They seem very aware, so out he goes. Don't need to die on that hill. Don't need to give up the first frag. And now we even see new setups for NaVi. Double ramp, something new as Spinx waits on the smoke.
Oh,
clean.
Mate, that looks so good for him, so favorable on the fade.
Wait a second.
Madden's found another gap. He's been good at doing this, right? Consistently finding these little areas to sneak through. And this wrap into the B site, if he plays trigger discipline, could be onto a winner. Oh, yes, he wants all he can out of this. He knows that these 2 kills could set ENCE up for around the turn. Now they know about the man in the back. Still, won't matter. It's pulled the attention away from Diha at short, and it gets him into the B site. Bomb now going down. NaVi pretty far removed from this round, and with electronic dead, you might have to start to think about the save. Simple followed up onto, and it's the AWP of Hades finding a double. Boomich is going to run for the hills, and ENCE will pull up, find themselves a third, in part to Madden, but also the activation of Hades finally coming in really does seal the deal on that round.
Yeah, even though Perfecto, maybe it's called like, you know, window's open right now, and that's all you need. If NaVi say something like that, suddenly the B players turn around, they watch their back, and yeah, like you said, it's just it's communicated. Madden, before he even gets in, he's telling his team, don't peek, don't fight, I've got both, and if I don't, here's where they are. So help comes through, and Diha knows exactly where to check. But even so, I like that ENCE have realized the, I wouldn't even call it weakness, but you know, how to get into these rounds in the early by taking middle, these fast flashes, these con nades. They're getting a lot of space. They're getting players to ladder, window, and yeah, even their jungle for the flank of Madden again. They've done that consistently. So NaVi are now going to be aware of this gap as it's finally cost them a round. But let's see if ENCE have something new to show. Boost up for ladder. They want to stop this control getting taken. Bit throws back his nades, and Simple has the top of middle, but with the smoke down, they could already be out. Flash will signal exactly that. Running to con and not being quiet about it either. Simple has a safer position. On a lineup again. There's one. Close player, help from the rifle. They won't be ready for it, even if it's blind. It's going to be Simple shooting up close, dropping off the ladder, and he's playing with his food, but finally will be chowed down. It's bit to trade and grab the AWP. 2 on 4, and it's a massacre in middle.
Yeah, that bomb now cut loose in ladder. Problems arising for ENCE, and Snappy's going to try and be the solution. Spinx is dead over towards B, and they know that Snappy's over here in middle. They're waiting to peek him, right? They're playing a kind of mental timer in their head as to where he could have got to, because they know the end destination, right? You know that he's going to have to make it to ladder room, and that's likely going to involve the short cross, this player over towards stairs, just jiggling on timings, and it's electronic to steal that one away. If he didn't, Boomich would have had it in the bag. Mate, that double ladder setup, a thing of beauty. You know, Simple, after taking that first shot, he kind of invites them into ladder. He's like, yeah, chase me, see what happens. Bit's there to help him, and they play that little kind of, you know, 2v3 in ladder room. One of the most claustrophobic fights we've had yet.
Yeah, playing it like a pug, honestly, like just jumping out. He has so much you know, assurance that Bit's going to trade that kill. He just doesn't care, and he jumps out under, or jumps out into middle with his AWP. crazy stuff. Electronic has dropped lower, and even though this has actually been one way in for ENCE, NaVi have not benefited from lower plays. At 10-3, they're getting away with everything, and this time Electronic even commit. This is a 3B for NaVi, so Electronic is now free to rotate. They need to move now. He's cleared the B apartments. The molly ticks onto Diha, and if NaVi want to use that info, we could see a full rotate out of B right now. The awkward part is ENCE know they've been given up, but they don't know how deep Electronic has got. Oh, he's heard something, and now he's poised and ready for a multi. There's the first, keeps the spray going, but it is a quick flick back from Hades, who has woken up at least, fielding an AWP in this round, and ENCE need it more than ever.
Yeah, they run boost him out into middle. Gonna hold this short angle right now. NaVi, whole map is a question mark. You might have known all the pieces and where they were, but now you've got to figure out where they're looking to end up. Smoke over the top con. That's gonna shut down some of these AWP angles available. Too simple. Now that you've cleared out Spinx over in Palace, I think it becomes pretty clear to NaVi that this was looking like an A split. Simple scoped at the stairs, and they even spot Madden trying to get out round the jungle smoke. Simple gonna remove Snappy as well, and it's only Hades with this AWP left standing. The rest of his team turn to meet around him. And he drops down into middle, just looking for the save, looking to get out with the AWP. Perfecto hears this and comes it across. All right, he's down lower, and Boomich is like, don't you worry, bud. I've got him in the bag. That's a death after time. And, you know, heading into the final round of the half, that is devastating for Hades. He would have loved that AWP to still be in effect. Instead, he can buy a flash here, and that's it.
Oh dear, it is very rough. Boomich is just looking absolutely tuned in right now. He's had no problem. He's been very passive in CT spawn all game, just spotting, just setting his team up with util, but now he's starting to get aggressive, pushing into Palace in the mid round. And it, like you said, it's the info onto Spinx after you kill. If you're in a 4-on-4 and you kill a Palace player, there's no question. You know, ENCE aren't faking it out with 30 seconds. They are going into A. And NaVi have seen ENCE walk this con smoke enough times in this game to know what's going on. Full AXEC, something different now for ENCE in the final round, trying to get up close with pistols and MAC-10s, their best guns being Galil's. Hades has a Glock, and well, right in is Snappy. Good flashes, boom, it's blind, taps out Hades, and it's going to get a little easier now. Some room given to ENCE with a double kill, and a gun picked up, a bit will close the door on them shut. Quick push through the smoke, and by this point they've already faded. Simple is going to shut them out of the round, out of the server, and out of the half. It's a 1-on-3 for Spinx, and Simple's got his eyes on the prize.
Yeah, I don't even think you survive a jiggle here. There's so many players looking over towards Palace. They're all set up for this peak. Wishful thinking that Spinx could do anything here, but let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Momentarily, he's been given some respect, right? They're getting concerned with not having seen anyone over here towards A. Well, what if he's been rapping B this whole time? Simple now sees him and swings out to close it with his sidearm. Get pistol whipped, 12-3. Not as Vincia, a huge lead under their belt here to open up over at Katowice, and they're looking to close out ENCE's pick in a dominating fashion.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying victories like we getting high tides. I'm getting my prize, only thing my eyes is locked in on. Have a milli mine. I want it right now, don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring more to my eyes. Cause the whole gang winning, I done gave my life. Odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel. We like the thrill, this life's ideal. The hype is real.
We know it, it's just the way we live. We own it, cause stop, we love the thrill. We know it, it's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids.
NaVi currently blazing a trail over in the first map. ENCE's pick. It's a bit of Mirage. And yeah, after a 12-3 half, I think it's safe to say that our worries about ENCE here and how one-sided this game could be has been fully realized. You know, they get kind of punished in that first half of play. And now they're relying on some now an impossible CT comeback here to turn this one around. Interesting to note, we've got a couple of dualies brought up for this CT side, and one pair of them currently lower bound, but they've been bound past on the side of ENCE. NaVi are already up at top card, and they're in with the opener. Hades on the receiving end of that. If you win this pistol, NaVi will be running away with the map. So there's a hell of a lot weighted on it, and you're already a man down.
There are 4 guns coming under right now in the form of dual Berettas, and Boomich does get bopped by him. Let's see if these running guns can do any more work. Vector, oh, he can't pick a target. He can't hit a shot. Snappy overwhelms him. Electronic still fighting for default, and Bit comes in on the backstab to close. Oh, the silence, so they don't even realize where they're dying from till it's already too late. Electronic and Bit combine for the kills, and NaVi go up 13-3. In this game, in the opening duels, it's 13-3. It's the same as the score. NaVi are converting their rounds. There are no pressure. There is no pressure right now. Compare that to a team like Gambit, who even yesterday against NIP, they went something like 17-7 in opening duels and still lost that one. So, you know, not everyone can do it. It's not always so easy. Think Copenhagen Flames against
That's
VP.
what I was going to say, right?
But NaVi are having no such the problem. Fast.
Well, you force spot up if you're ENCE. It's really all you can do at this point. You're hoping that you can go against the grain early on and cause a bit of an upset with these Deagles, with the scout.
But NaVi have sowed the seeds of defeat in this map already, I feel. Be buying up full against 15 unless they double force here, so it's pretty desperate. It's lose-lose, however you tee it up.
And honestly, this is pretty reassuring for the tournament as a whole, right?
Yes.
Like, I think some people were worried, especially after the news of Boom. It's like, oh, what if that just derails NaVi? What if that kind of throws them through a bit of a loop? They're meant to win this map, or this series, I guess, and they're meant to win it dominantly, and they're delivering on that right now. It's par for the course. Hades back in CT with the scout. That's brutal. Baited to watch jungle, allows Simple to sneak through the window smoke. Now they move into A. Nyon near uncontested as they do. You do have a flank coming in. That part's nice from Madden. We said that he's been good at finding gaps, even in NaVi's defaults. But he's been spotted early.
Yeah, he's fired off, and now they know he's Palace, so it's not going to be much surprise for NaVi. as they lock in. It's a very safe post. Perfecto's open to Cog. He's getting sort of baited right now. It's fine because Simple could have hit a drop in, face off the back. Spinx kills him. It's not fine anymore, but Perfecto can make it so too. Will do. He will die, and Boomich has to do it on his own from the ramp. Oh, there's a freebie. Spinx is low, finished off, and the tap. There's just not enough time. Boomich can swing. He can die. It does not matter. It's a round for NaVi. However you paint it, and Madden might not even escape the bomb. It's going to be close. Dear, oh dear, 14-3. Boomich just had a banger here individually. Like, at the start of the map, it wasn't like he was needed to multi-kill at all. He was just playing very safe on ticket. But as things started to get better, we saw closer ramp positions, sandwich, Palace, flanks as well, hunting Hades as save. Yeah, Boomich is feeling absolutely fine. We call it the quarantine peak. And NaVi, I like the ENCE eco here. It would have been easy to just rage by into the end of this game. But they're going to get one gun round at least. Will mean that it's against 15 and a comeback feels impossible. But, well, if you say that before it starts, it's never going to happen. So ENCE at least want to rely on one buy. The Snappy won't hit. He's going to have to back up. They drop in very loud and above him, flashes in the face. Spinx gets one. The Deagle's up close. Pistols trade favorably. That had to be a kill for Hades. Now this round is in disarray. Only D has in the sight, and they know it as well. They chase him down. Electronic and Simple. They're the two to close, and they're all you'll ever want for NaVi. 15-3, and here is that one, and maybe even only buy on the CT side for ENCE.
Dude, this is wild. Like, this ENCE team, you know, they are a legit squad. They're kind of like one of these dark horses that you look at them and you go, yeah, they could take a series off of top teams. But I think that this map at least is really showcasing the divide between, you know, this NaVi squad and a team like ENCE that fit into that remit of, on a good day, they can take maps, they can take series versus top squads. NaVi have got the consistency down pat.
Yeah, they've had it for long enough. This is no new showing for NaVi. This is just par for the course. Boomich gets naded behind the boxes. And ENCE decide, you know what? NaVi aren't even facing us. We're going to bail. And there was good timing there, considering Bit just came out from under. Hades has rarely had the AWP, right? One round, I can remember he had it. He died to Electronic, pushed out under in middle. Next time, he got a kill, forced to save, got hunted by Boomich. So it's nice to see him have a CTA-WP to, well, just try and keep this game long and on. Get some consolation rounds, get some respect. But right now, NaVi don't care what you want. Setting on this A-split, bit loud from under. Electronic is mollied right now, but he's going to come through after. Spamming below the balk to get his team out of ramp. But this is all a fake, by the way. They know they've got ENCE rattled, and so they'll be sending the bomb in through B.
Yeah, it's so savage because, like, to an extent, you don't need to make a play like this right now.
Oh, messy.
It will finally convert it. Able to lock that one in. Snappy spotted Boomich over in the apartments, and that bomb's going to go ahead and leave, hoping to rejoin Bit in middle. But now that he's removed, NaVi are going all the way back with the bomb.
Oh, dear.
Yo, guys, there's 20 seconds left. Like, I got full faith in NaVi, but I don't think they have time in this one. Like, they're out in the A site. They're getting cut down. This is brutal. Bomb just too far away, and Boomich can't win it.
Yeah, the realization there for NaVi comes when they not only see Snappy and B who spots that play, but also Bit walks out under late after his A pick and he dies to short. So then NaVi go, oh wait, even though we're in a 4-on-5, we don't actually have them split. They're just 2-2 right now. They're just holding on to their sites, they're anchoring. So why not just rotate and play off of not only the kill that Bit got, but off of the actual position we have up on A ramp inside of Palace. And yeah, it's just it's too late to call to actually make work. It's not a worry for NaVi, it's just one round where, you know, like you said, they don't need to do this. They're just being cocky, they're being confident, they wanted to close it with some flair. But I think if NaVi just storm out A like it's a pug, they'll probably close anyway at this point in the game. They call a pause, they breathe. And they might even have to eco just off of money and loss alone.
Yeah, you know, I think because you have characters like Simple in this team, who, as we say, you know, like kind of has like some confidence, some cockiness surging through him. You kind of forget that the guy at the helm of it all in Blade, even in a match like this, takes it very, very seriously. You know, he doesn't want you to ease back into like having a bit of a laugh with it. He's like, no, we're striving for perfection, and we're gonna achieve that at all times of the day. It doesn't matter if a game's one-sided. I want the same stable style out of you boys, regardless.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's it's not even a disrespect pause. It's just NaVi trying to, close it as quick as they can.
Yeah, I think his match has just always been like develop good habits, essentially. That would have been lovely. Simple in an off-angle boost for the short side. Well, get dealt with, and Diha doubles over in Con. Can he make it the triple? No, Bit brings him down. So not out of the round yet, a NaVi, but it is starting to get a little problematic, we'll say. Mid control retaken. They spotted that no one else was here. NaVi now move back into middle. There is only 55 seconds left, so eventually going to have to group. I'm imagining a Con walk, right? Because there's AKs dropped at the bottom of it, so that's kind of tempting. And I mean, also, you've seen all these rifles over towards A. You still haven't seen the AWP, so you might piece together that it's leaning B side. Electronic with the tap, good for one. But traded after the fact. And, that was the investment for NaVi. They did put everything into that round. So, just staring down the barrel of an eco here. Going to give ENCE a chance to put a few more rounds on the board, maybe.
Absolutely, a little full eco for NaVi. I mean, there's just no reason to force, really. It doesn't bring you any benefit at this point. It just longs out the game for more than enough time. Simple, even buying a Deeg with 2K, we call that a Harry Classic. It's fine, though. Hey, if he can't afford, NaVi will probably drop him anyway. He's 18-8. There's certainly been no weak performer for NaVi in this game. That much is clear. Boomage. That's not the best run boost you're ever going to see, but it will set Simple up for a pick. Perfecto gets the other end of the stick. It's a swing for Madden and a nice clean one for ENCE. One death is absolutely no problem when you've got Simple's Deeg on the other side, and that kill alone gives him money to fully invest. All right, NaVi, let's see if they can close or if ENCE will give us a little reason to believe. And even, Nuke's coming up next, and NaVi are going to be more than ready to shut that out in style with a T side as well. What this does do for ENCE is it warms them up. A couple of rounds right at the end of the map could get their head back in the game. Remember what victory tastes like. Molly does get blocked there by Boomage's mid-run, but it's not a worry. It just means Con is now clear. It's open for the taking. Until Diha shuts the door, smoke down. Despite all of this, Diha and Spinx have kept up the kills on this map. Spinx rivaling the top performers of NaVi right now. Boomage goes through the Con smoke. And Hades deep the orb. Simple thought a flash was coming, but it was just the Con smoke from short side, and NaVi have got to pick a site at the minute mark. They're going to regroup back at B.
Hades is here on this AWP though, right? Finally going to get given I was going to say a longer angle to try and fight from, but he drops the smoke to hold them back and give himself an escape route. Actually trading places with Madden over in the apartments. I like that. Hades also still has this full belt of utility. Something to bear in mind, especially if this push comes in late. Knives are out, and Spinx with the spray down. The apartments are closed, NaVi. Didn't you get the memo? Spinx sends them packing. And that's 7 on the board for ENCE. It's still a little ways away from getting too worrying, but you got to give them credit where credit is due. They've kept themselves in this CT side, at least putting some rounds on the board. Could have been a far more dominant game. Could have just been over all the way back at, like a 16-3 scoreline. So, head's still in it. Spinx still giving us rounds like that.
Yeah, he's top of the server now. That's one way to do it. And he has been, the firepower piece. I think Alan made some good points when he talked about the addition of Madden and how well we've seen Madden frag out previous teams. He looks so good in FPX. Like, he is coming in as the last piece to this this roster. He isn't going to have all his spots, all his roles. We already know what the consistent factors of ENCE are, and players like Spinx, players like Hades are these guys. So, yeah, while Madden's maybe filling some gaps, Spinx is given the room to shine. And in that round, locking down B. Madden pushed to the top and middle, shadow advantage, Simple waits below the spray, but Madden does deliver death with a triple. And these rounds were always supposed to be clean for ENCE, so that's exactly what they'll give us. I wouldn't even say at this point in the game damage means anything for Bit. He'll still go for as much as he can, but ENCE are buying fully, and they will look to, NaVi will look to close quickly. Should have the AWP in this one as well eventually. So options open now for NaVi. They can run slower defaults. They've done a lot of quick mid-takes with these low economy buys where they don't have the util to sustain fakes or long rounds. Now every single option is open. I definitely want to see them close before things get hairy. Ain't that right, Harry?
Yeah. I mean, hell, dude, like, bit of a mainstream update in that G2 already won their game over Fnatic or their match, 16-2. So NaVi are now looking to lay this one to rest. They've opened up, but it is traded into the 4-on-4. Snappy was good here last time at the truck, and he will deliver a double kills. Elects to stay in the molly and burns, but takes two with him. Rotations now coming in. Hades posted with the AWP. Simple. Gonna have to get this bomb planted. Crossing out to short. He snipes Madden from afar. Ready for a repeat, ready for an attempt at the trade, and it's a fake on that bomb plant. Now the real commit, now the stick. Both players low, both players dinked, and if Hades had found that, that would have teed up ENCE for a round. But if you take a swing at the king, you cannot afford to miss. Simple, another, ready to get it over the line. Hades, second time's a charm, but it's Bit to close, and NaVi will 16-8 ENCE on ENCE's map pick. Now teed up for a 2-0 in their minds, with Nuke locked and loaded, ready to go as their map pick coming up next.